There we go.
It's been a long time and I miss this feeling. It feels like freedom, it feels like healing. Floating off the floor, past the ceiling. The wind in my hair, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel as I'm taking flight. Man, I'm feeling like myself again. Hey, man, I'm feeling like myself again. It's been a long time and I miss this feeling. It feels like freedom, it feels like healing. Floating off the floor, past the ceiling. The wind in my hair, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel as I'm taking flight. Man, I'm feeling like myself again. Hey, man, I'm feeling like myself again. Angels fascinated, reporting back to the maker. I'm emancipated, blow a kiss out the...
What's up, people? How you doing today? It's the No BS show with your host Sonja and me, BStrilla.
Absolutely.
Going on? Happy birthday to Lawson. He is 7 today.
He's the big 7. I'm trying to find our little thing here, but let's see. Let's see if I can pop him on. Lawson,
There you go. Look at him.
Today.
He looks so thrilled.
He is so thrilled, and he wants to thank everybody. He's been getting text messages all day from everybody. And so we are super appreciative of that. And you can tell he is literally at this point over it.
Hey, Robbie.
He did do like cake and all this stuff with me earlier. So I'm super excited. He's officially a big boy.
What's up, Monkey?
What's up, Monkey? Tell Monkey hi. Lawson, just tell everybody hi, and then I'll let you go.
Rob said, called us Jagoffs as usual.
What's up, Jag? What's up to you, Jagoff? All right, so birthday, we're gonna dedicate this show to him. His whole little body feels stiff. He is over this. He's like, Mom, you got me dressed up in here. He doesn't like this hat. He's had several hats before. And this one he does not care for. I don't know if it's the material or what, but if you go to his IG, Lawson Snickers, he has so many previous birthday posts up. Thank you, Monkey. He says, Happy birthday, Lassie. And so there's a video. I sent it to you, B, earlier. I don't want to send it there because we woke up this morning and Alexa did a good job of having him a birthday song. So it's been all about him today. And I guess, Lassie, we'll get you out of this stuff now. Let me make you feel a little better. We'll at least take the hat off.
So the dog is a Jagoff.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. What's up, Robbie? I'm a small Jagoff. Say thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That's what I'm saying, Monkey.
He's looking right at everybody. Okay, I love you, buddy. All right. So of course, no BS.
He's like, you just put me down. Take this crap off me before
you can still see him.
Look at him. He's looking like, dang.
He's so over it. But he's like, why I can't be on TV now? Right. Why can't I be on the show with you, Mom? So you guys will see him there. What's up, everybody? Hey, Yoli.
Congratulations, Yoli, for graduating the class.
Yoli, congratulations. You guys know this is the No BS show. So we talk sports and we also talk, the stuff that's either BS or not. And I forgot to hold up the 7 when he was on here. Lost in 7. So yeah. B, how was your day?
It was Thursday. That's all I can say.
Friday Eve. That's what you gotta look at it like Friday Eve.
That's the best thing about it.
It's the best thing about it. And and it's just a lot of stuff.
He's like, yeah, that's right. He's like, get this crap off.
A lot of stuff. I do want to say it's a big weekend for me. Of course, Lawson's birthday is today. Tomorrow I'm getting rebaptized. Tomorrow is my Christian birthday, and I'm getting rebaptized because I was a kid when I got baptized, and I just want to rededicate my life to God. It's just been amazing. So I'm doing that in the morning. My bestie's husband is going to be baptizing me in a private ceremony, literally going to be dipped and whipped right up out of there, in and out. And so it's going to be a good weekend. And of course, Gonna get back in the gym tomorrow. I took today off, so everybody's been following my gym journey. This was 4 weeks this week, so all I wanted to do was be consecutive with my posting, so it could keep me accountable. But I won't be posting as much after this week because now I've established my routine. So, B, thank you. You've been supporting that journey, and thank you to all of you all who've always inboxed me or text me, and so many other people said that I motivated them. So. Long way to go, but this is not just for weight loss. This is a way of life. This is how you stay here. This is how you take care of yourself. And if you want to make sure your body has no BS, you got to keep it moving. Speaking of keeping it moving, B, the Pacers have set the pace once again, and they have claimed game 3. The entire game was a back and forth. Halliburton and his crew, they came and they just were not going to relent.
Yeah, the bench really played a key role in this game for the Pacers. Really, Halliburton had a pretty pedestrian game. It was better than the first game, that's for sure. Or the second game, should I say? Well, the first game too. But he that wasn't the guy. The guy of the night, is what was his name? Matherin.
Yeah, Matherin, Canadian.
Game high 27 points.
Yeah,
off the bench. The bench played really well for Indiana. So I mean, they all the starters were okay. Of course, Halliburton did his point share. Siakam did his point share, but really the starting five wasn't the greatest. But the bench was just played really well.
Lights out. Yeah, they really did. They really did. I mean, were you surprised at all?
I was surprised that the bench came out and played the way that they did for Indiana. And really everybody played pretty. Shea Butter didn't have a really good game. I mean, 24 points is not a good game in my opinion. He's got to be scoring like 32 points a game.
He was Shea shallow.
Yeah, he was Shea shallow. He was Shea Butter without the butter. He was just Shea.
Yeah, just Shea from the hood.
Jalen Williams had 26 points, so he didn't have a bad game. But their bench was like non-existent. So, and that's pretty tough for Oklahoma because they usually have a pretty good bench.
Yeah. So. I don't know. They have this big thing now that if you win the third game, that you are pretty much going to be in there. Like you're going to win it. Do you agree with that?
No.
What's up, Other Sports?
No, I don't agree with that. It's going to be a long series. And hey, our friend J Train might be right. It might go 7. But I still think Oklahoma City is just going to have they just got too much talent right now. Indiana's really kind of riding a adrenaline trip right now, as I call it. And they're playing really good basketball at the right time. And OKC's been doing this the whole playoffs. They've been playing good basketball. They're not going to lose the next game. They never lose 2 in a row. So we can basically see that OKC will win the next game. But if this goes seesaw back and forth, it is going to go 7 games because it's just that Indiana surprised me. They really did.
I mean, I feel like they are draining the energy out of the Thunder. They're taking if I may say, electricity out of the thunderstorm. They're taking the thunder, literally.
I think what Indiana is doing, they're playing like OKC should be playing. And I don't think it's taking energy from OKC. They're a young bunch. They'll like I said, watch the next game. They'll put it to them. OKC does this a lot. As a matter of fact, one of our co-hosts, he said that usually they have a hard time on the road the first game. it was pretty funny because we said Indiana hasn't won a game 3.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as somebody said that, I was like, they're going to win this game. I can feel it now because you just brought it upon them that they're going to win it. So since you said they haven't won a game 3 in the whole playoffs in the Eastern Conference, they're going to win this one. So OKC will come back, probably with a vengeance like they usually do. But it's going to see how many headshots they can take because Indiana's punching right now. This is a heavyweight battle right now. And Indiana's throwing some licks. So
I mean, but this is the thing. This is how do you lose a fight? You get worn out. If both opponents can fight, it's who's got the most energy, who's going to wear down the other one the most. And so if you're saying that, and you're talking about the punches now, Indiana, in my opinion, seems like they've gotten a late spark, honestly.
Like I said, it's still early in the series. It's only game 3. And people will say it's funny because it's like every time somebody does something really early in the series, all of a sudden it's up for grabs. Oh man, it's gonna do this. Indiana can come back and win the next 3 games, the next 3 games, and in the next 2 games and take it out. So I mean, it's just.
You're right, and I laugh because you know how you said every time. I don't know, B. Did you ever tell me that you watched The Office?
No, well, I watch here and there. I'm not a big.
There's a scene that Michael Scott does, the main character, where he's trying to mock Chris Rock, and he's like, every time, and it's so funny because when you said it, it literally sounds just like him for a quick second. So that's why I kind of like laugh. But I mean, at this point, we always say neither one of us have a dog or a cat in the fight, and so it's just let a better team win. Of course, I'm partial to Indiana because I've actually seen them, and I actually kind of like how Obi Toppin was playing, even though he was not playing. He was playing like the Toppin was on the bottom. It was horrible. Like there was no top whatsoever.
Yeah.
More like Jello topping. And so, I mean, they're gonna be. I don't know. More people may be tuning in now. Though, BStrilla.
Yeah, and if it goes 7 games. I don't know, man. I don't like to say the NBA is fixed in certain ways, but this would tell me because they're not getting the ratings in the championship because of the 2 teams that are playing in it. If it goes 7 games, they're going to get that ratings. They're going to get that money anyway. If it goes 7 games, that'll work for them. See, I'm not a conspiracy. Yeah, I try not to do the conspiracy stuff, but sometimes I'll be watching these series. It's like, this team is overmatched. So why is this going 7 games all of a sudden? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I hope that that's not the case because
we hope not, no.
I just don't like when people start talking about meddling and things like that, even though we know what it really is. Speaking of meddling, is Ross Tucker. We're going to switch gears here to the NFL. Thank you, everybody, for coming on, like, shares, and all that stuff, viewing right now, all the affiliates. Make sure you guys check out the Huddle Sports Network. I will be giving them a promo here at the half minute. Of course, National Streaming Sports and Elite Sports and Entertainment Network. All of our affiliates that have graciously allowed us to be on their platforms tonight. We appreciate you so much. And this is our second show. So if you're new to this, welcome. Aaron Rodgers, Ross Tucker basically said, and last night when Tally Jag was on my show, thanks so much again, Tally Jag, for joining me on Prim and Proper Sports. She said that she had heard that Aaron Rodgers basically told the Steelers, don't get Shador or I'm not coming there. Well, we got to fact check stuff over here, BStrilla, because, there was so much talk around Aaron Rodgers. It's basically like, did this happen, yay or nay, or is this, factual? Ross Tucker actually said that he felt like Aaron Rodgers had something to do with Shador not coming to the Steelers. And, basically saying, this is my last year. This may be my last year, or this is my last year in the NFL. So there's no way I want to share a locker room with him. Almost as if he felt like he didn't want the hype around him. Now, right before we aired, I did see an article where he's complaining about the helmet that the Steelers want him to wear. He said he's always worn a shut style for the last I guess he said 20 years, but he hasn't been in the, has he been in the league 20 years?
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, he said he's been wearing a shut style for the last 20 years, and he does not like the type of helmet that the Steelers are making him wear. So that part is true. They got that on Yahoo Sports, so we know that's a credible source. But I mean, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, is this just still drama carrying on from this guy?
Let's see. I'm kind of doing some fact checking live.
Live. Ross Tucker basically saying he, of course, being an offensive lineman, he floated the theory was what was said, suggesting Rodgers might have told the Steelers he didn't want Shador in the quarterback room, especially in what might be his last year in the NFL. Now, the sources for that came from some little podcast that Ross Tucker has. He was on 365 Sports, and that's where he was quoted as saying that. They got a soundbite from him regarding the 2025 NFL draft and his thoughts on what teams knocked it out of the park. And then, of course, they asked him about the Shador Sanders move. And, of course, Ross weighed in on Aaron Rodgers as well.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about that at all in any news source now.
365 Sports was the podcast he was on. So, nonetheless, you start saying what someone said, not necessarily that he actually thought that, it kind of gets a little bit of traction, at least for now. But nonetheless, he doesn't even want to wear the helmets that the Steelers have for him. So people have said, how I actually said, Strilla, I was like, you know what? I am actually still surprised that the Steelers picked him up. I don't see him and Mike Tomlin actually meshing. And I've said that. But people said that Tomlin loves him.
Mm-hmm. He's come out and said that. Tomlin has actually come out and said that he loves Aaron Rodgers, and he'll not love him, but he likes him a lot, and he hopes he's on the team. He hopes he can get him on the team. So, I mean, the reason why Mike Tomlin said that, because he hasn't had a quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger can run the offense by himself. That's what he wants Aaron Rodgers to do.
Wilson and Justin Fields, and he messed that up by
Russell Wilson is just a shell of what he used to be. Justin Fields was not put in a good situation on that team at all. And he can't depend on either one of those guys to really run the offense the way that Ben Roethlisberger did. Aaron Rodgers, who is a veteran, we just have to keep that in mind. He is a potential Hall of Famer. He has a command of the offense. He has a command of the offense. He doesn't have to go to the sideline and talk to the offensive coordinator and say, look, what we should do here. No, he's been in the league for a long time. He knows how to run an offense. So that's basically what Tomlin wants in his quarterback. Russell Wilson can't do that. Russell Wilson is not the greatest person to do that. He can do it sometimes, but he does have to talk to. And the offensive coordinator is not, he's a running offensive coordinator. Arthur Smith, he's not really the most pass friendly guy. But in this case, I mean, this is an offensive coordinator's dream. If you think about Aaron Rodgers as a player and not all the BS that surrounds him. Yeah. So, I mean, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. He came in with
a more positive attitude, so that's good. He came in better with the Steelers than he did with the Jets. Mm-hmm. I dare to say a little more humble, a little more teamly. I will, in case Jack is watching, I will congratulate him on his nuptials. He said that's why he's been missing. He kept talking about these personal issues, but personal issues usually kind of alludes to negative. It doesn't allude to something positive. An issue, you're getting married. That's not an issue,
Well, congratulations, Jack.
Yeah, but he said his wife would not be in the spotlight. He does not want her known to the public, but her name is Brittany, and he would not be.
Well, that's my daughter's name.
Yeah, cute. I love the name Brittany. Mm-hmm. And so congratulations to Aaron and Brittany, A and B. Okay. So listen, so we got a lot of NFL, the mini camps kicked off. Fines are flying left and right. Shamar Stewart just left the mini camp amid the contract dispute. B, did you know that? So yesterday, Yesterday, yes, we talked about him holding out. He left today.
Dude, that guy, I can't stand that guy. I can't stand him. You're a rookie. Yeah, I'm getting sick of these teams bowing down to these rookies because we're paying for potential. No, you're not. There's no potential in what he's gonna do. He could fall on his face the next day. Yeah. No, dude, you're a rookie. You take the contract that is given to you, and then when you earn your next contract, that's why you have a rookie contract, so you can earn it on the next. This is getting out of hand.
He left, and you know what? I don't know if you saw my face. Just as I realized it was popping up, I was like, "Oh snap!" Because we were just talking about how he was, basically saying, and we were saying he may get dropped. Keith Angle was talking about that, saying that he may get dropped because there's so many people that want to be, in the league, but he has officially left minicamp now because he can't get a contract dispute is what they said.
Go play in the UFL, dude.
Yeah. There's somebody else who need to take
nobody. I'm not saying the Bengals are right or wrong in this instance right here. They're not doing exactly a good job with Hendrickson's contract, but at the same time, Shamar, don't stick your foot in your mouth about, I don't like the way they're doing Hendrickson. Don't put Hendrickson's name in your mouth. First of all, you ain't even on that level yet. You ain't even near that level yet. You're a rookie. Shut up. First of all. Second of all, get a different, if you're having a problem with your contract, get a different agent. If your agent ain't doing his job, then whatever the case may be,
his agent is out
go out there and play with your teammates so that you can show that you're part of the team and quit being a selfish bastard. I'm sorry. That's what it is. You're being selfish to the team. And that team ain't got no defense right now anyway. So and your productivity in college was crap. You might have the athletic skills, but you're not doing I just don't see it translating to the NFL. So you need to be humble and bring your butt back to camp, play with your teammates until a contract gets established. You be fine.
I mean, if he left though, would they even want him back? Like, dude, deuces. Like, there's 51 other men wanted to be on this roster. And you know what? The Bengals put all their money in that offense. They don't even have any money left for their defense anyway. So Shamar Stewart getting his contract is insane. They said, this is on NFL.com. He skipped the final day of mandatory minicamp and rookie among a contract dispute. And they basically said, let's see what else, because this is on NFL.com. They're saying that he wasn't there today. And so Zach Taylor noticed it, of course, and told after practice, told everybody that he and Shamar had a private conversation and just focus on the guys that were there. So
right. I mean, that's all you can do. I mean, he's the coach is doing what he said you can't do nothing if the guy ain't there. So why worry about it? Just do what you got to do.
The other thing is they can't find him because he hasn't been officially signed yet. So he's unsigned. He's unsigned. That's what they're saying on NFL.com. He's still unsigned. And basically the crux of the dispute is the Bengals' desire to set a new precedent with first-round rookie contracts, which would allow the club to void future guarantees. So that's where there's an issue with it.
Well,
anyway, Shamar may not be even, I don't even know. Do they keep him or what?
If I was the Bengals, regardless of how I changed the contract, you're still a rookie, and you still have to prove stuff in the NFL. And you might not like it, but play your behind off for the next 3 to 4 years, and then you'll get a better contract, a much whopping better contract if you do really well. Don't sit there and complain about it. Don't show up for mandatory and be lost in space after that. No, dude, that's not how you do things. And that's what does not endear you to any other NFL team. I'm gonna tell you right now, and every NFL team out there is looking at this right now.
Yep.
And they're saying, so this guy is not going to show up to mandatory. He's going to get lost. Nobody can find him. And he said he want to be redrafted. Kevin stated he want to be redrafted. He can be redrafted all he wants to. Who's going to redraft him? Cincinnati was the only one that
and he's out there on social media now. That's the thing, B. Yeah. Every time something goes down, people run to social media and put it out there like, look at the draft with Dion and Shador and all them putting during the draft. Yeah, this ain't nothing but the devil and stuff like that. And when teams are seeing this, so Shamar has already put it out there that the Bengals just want to win arguments more than anything else.
Yeah, he's had that one out.
You don't even come back. Find you somewhere else to play. You don't even have to come out with that type of energy.
I know, right? Go play somewhere else.
Yeah, so of course, mini camps going down. Of course, you and I talked before we started our live tonight. T-Mac got banged in the leg by a defensive back in Carolina, but did he take the field today to practice?
I don't know, did he? You're a Carolina Panther girl.
I seem to think he's fine. I'm more concerned. Everybody's fine at this point. People are running around there hobbling and everything like that. Yeah, but what was your point for?
I was reading what Kevin said, and Kevin, you know what? I don't agree with that.
Kevin, who?
Monkey.
Oh, Monkey. Okay, yeah. I was like, I know Kevin.
He said he has a point not wanting to sign. No, he doesn't have a point. He's a rookie.
He's shown nothing in the NFL.
He's shown nothing in the NFL I don't care what the Bengals do. Mm-hmm. Earn the contract, okay? If you want to play football, earn a contract, or go somewhere else and play. Go to UFL and play. I mean, dude, I'm sorry. I have no rookies should be just blessed the reason they're in the NFL, that they got picked by a team. Whether you're good or not, that's from college. You have to transition over to the NFL, which is a much harder transition than any professional sport, really. Because you don't have that transition in college basketball to the pro. You don't have that transition from amateur hockey to pro hockey. And baseball is the same way. The NFL is definitely a higher transition from college to pro than any other sport. So I don't understand why he thinks he needs to be above everybody else, regardless of what Cincinnati does.
Yeah, it definitely is. And with that, let's transition real quick to this Huddle Intro Sports shout out. We'll be back with your comments and more NFL talk right after this.
Yeah, yo, it's game time. Ain't no messing around. Huddle Sports Network, the best in town. From NFL rumors to the latest trends, we got all your sports. Just tune in, my friends. Catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, take your pick. Facebook, YouTube, where the action's slick. Daily shows that drop like a bomb. From 10 to 11, it's Ken and Ken. Stay calm. Huddle up, catch the vibe, feel the rush. Get your news, get your fills in the clutch. Over 27 podcasts, we breaking it down. Join the team, Huddle Sports, wear the crown. Live every weekday, it's how we roll. Lions Talk with Jeremy B, we taking a stroll. From 11 to 12, don't miss a beat. We break down the game, make the info sweet. The Daily Huddle Podcast, noon to 1. CST Zone, we're just having fun. Toss your doubts, we bring the facts. Tune into the Huddle.
Introducing National Streaming Sports, live and on-demand sports talk programming that you can access 24/7. For the premier sports talk experience, tap into our Roku channel. Start your mornings with Mac and Jack covering all the weekend sports action. Then pour a cup and enjoy all the sports you can drink on the Coffee and Sports podcast. At midday, talk sports from east to west on the Coast to Coast podcast. Followed at night by some hot girl talk with Prim and Proper Sports featuring Sonja Pearson. Talk boxing on the Gloved Fist. Yankee fans tune in for Start Spreading the News. And there's more on the College Sports Huddle and Sports Scope with Robert Butler. There are 20 podcasts in all and 70 weekly shows, giving us a 3.4-star viewer rating. To find us on Roku TV, search for National Streaming Sports on the Roku search bar. Click on the logo and you're in. National Streaming Sports, live and on-demand sports talk for America.
All right, we are back. Shout out to the Huddle Sports Network, National Streaming Sports, and Elite Sports Entertainment Network. Welcome back. This is the No BS Show. I'm Sonja, and I'm joined by BStrilla from Detroit. What up, though? Again, this is the second half of our show here. B, I kind of got it together a little bit while we were out there, and you are right. So let me squeeze in this Panthers injury report real quick. Of course, there was a scuffle that broke out today between the scuffle that broke out between the offensive lineman Brandon Walton and outside linebacker Thomas Incoom. Basically showing people are thinking it's going to be a super competitive team doing that. Dave Canales getting it done. Importance of players continuing during the training week, during 5-week break. We're going to have a 5-week break that's going to be starting pretty soon. Urging them not to take a complete vacation. But I will say this. Bryce Young's growth has been basically a master class, is what people are describing it as. The defense is stepping up with Derek Brown, Christian Roseboom, and of course, Mike Jackson definitely highlighted. They have a wide receiver depth as well that they have really worked on. But the Panthers will now have a break and will not come back until July 23rd. Injury report, T-Mac was in fact held out of the second and third days of minicamp as a precautionary measure, though, because he was banged up pretty bad after a collision at Tuesday's practice, and this was between him and Amari Barno, the outside linebacker. Correction. He had a bang up with one of the defensive backs, and so as a precautionary measure, they decided to take him out. Amari Barno was also sidelined because he actually had a knee clean-out procedure done. But, of course, both of them are expected to be well-rested and well ready to go by July 23rd. And that's your Panthers news.
Nice. So what was your last day of minicamp today?
Today.
And he wasn't there today either, right?
No.
Okay.
He's
so
been held out.
Just been held. Okay. All right. That's good.
Yeah. So he, but he's telling them, hey, don't take a full 5 weeks off, y'all. Even though we got 5 weeks off, don't take the full 5 weeks off. Like, keep your body's conditioned. And I'm gonna say
football players, they won't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is this, Xavier Legette is the prime thing that I'm talking about. Xavier has been to the Kentucky Derby. Everybody knows he, has a horse named Dollar Bill. When he makes touchdowns or whatever, he does a little, horse riding dance or what have you. He's from Mullen, South Carolina, and he has a horse farm there. Basically talks about how he gets a deal on all the straw and everything, like nobody's up the prices. And I just think Xavier is a very athletic person that just happenstance just ended up in the league. I don't even think that was his first love. His first love is horses. If he could just be a farmer all day and ride horses, he would do that. And so with that being said, that shows because he did not take care of himself. And as a result, he was hobbling off a couple of days ago as well. But this is the season he's going to have to make sure he steps up. These drop catches, things that we saw in the first season, the same way you out there lassoing horses, you need to be lassoing those passes. I mean, there was several of them, B. I saw him right there in his hand, and you dropped him. I was like, I know it's, difficult, us as fans to see because we don't know, But I'm like, I would like to think that I would at least grab and protect the ball. I wouldn't just, act like it had, I don't know, butter on it or something.
Well, it's easier said than done. I remember when my son, when he was playing in PAL football, he was kind of a perfectionist kid. And, I'd toss the football to him. We played football, throw the football to him. He wanted to be a receiver on the team. So he would this dude would go nuts if he dropped a pass. I said, dude, it's okay. I said, there's people that get paid lots of money and they drop passes. So you ain't the first one. Just look the ball into your hands. Just don't think about it and just catch the ball. if you put too much thought into it, you're going to drop the pass, and that gets in your head. So I think that's what it's a mental thing for a lot of receivers when they drop passes. It's just they're thinking too much of catching it and not enough to, actually catch the ball, because they're thinking, oh my God, I got to catch the ball. Just catch the ball. Don't even think anything about it. Just don't put that in your head. It's something that you do. It's like breathing. That's what you think of it as. And maybe that's what's going on with him. So maybe Xavier just needs to put, and my son is named Xavier too.
Oh, wow.
So spelled the same way. And so I mean he's just gotta just learn to catch the ball. I mean, get it out of his psyche. I mean, you got drafted and you're on a team because you have a dynamic skill set. So you're in the NFL. Don't let the big show get to your head. Catch the ball. If you drop a ball, don't get down on yourself. Just make sure you catch it the next time. And anybody will tell you that. Quarterbacks, coaches, anybody. Don't get down on yourself. You drop a as infrequently as it happens with Amon St. Brown, he drops a ball. He don't get mad about it. He dropped the ball. He just goes back out there and catches another one. That's all. That's why he's on a jugs machine. He catches 101 balls every time he gets in practice. He does that before he goes back in. So, I mean, and those are people that are dedicated to their profession. And I think maybe if Xavier's having a hard time catching the ball, then maybe he needs to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I mean,
he'll be fine.
The skill set, it's kind of like everybody's talk about these make or break seasons. And let's be clear, Bryce is definitely on that plan. Like, this has to be Bryce's breakout year. He has to come in with the same momentum or higher than he left out with. There's no room for regression. Of course, we're opening our season against the other Cats, the Jacksonville Jaguars, September 7th. And again, thanks to Tally Jag. Last night while we were on the show, she actually told me if I could get to Jacksonville, she would take care of all the rest. And she did. And she sent me a ticket and everything. And so I will be there. I've never been to Duval. I've never been to and I've been to Jacksonville driving through, from like different parts of Florida, but I've never gone to a Jacksonville game. And I was like, this time, maybe Tepper won't toss no drinks on nobody, because last time we were there, he tossed a drink. But I mean, I don't know if Tepper can even go back to this game or not. They might have removed him. I don't know. But
he just got to grow up a little bit. That's all. Make sure you paint yourself up. Don't let the Jags outperform you now. You gotta go there showing some spirit.
I don't ever wear paint. I wear my Panthers shoes, a jersey. I've never done face paint. I know. I guess I could ask Pink Fan first. She'll be there.
Yeah, and she's that would be the one you ask.
Yeah, and
paints herself up well for that.
Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna be linking up with her. So I may do paint for the first time. It's gonna be a first time for everything, and I'm excited too. So thanks again, Tally Jag, for that ticket and everything. She even texted me today to make sure I had downloaded the Jacksonville Jaguars app. I was like, girl, no, I didn't. She's like, you need to get your ticket. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. So I'm excited about that. That'll be a little break there for me after school starts. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go live from there. Just
there you go.
She predicted that it's going to be a Sunday, of course. She predicted we are going to lose 34-17. I told her she was crazy. I was like, you literally predicted double the score. Are you insane? And she was like,
I mean, that's okay. I mean, that's like asking a Green Bay fan if they're going to beat the Lions in the first game. Of course, they're going to say yes. They're going to say no. Would you say?
But with
if they said that Jacksonville's going to beat Carolina.
I told her to give an honest score, B. The honest score is not no freaking 34-17. You're insane. This is not the Panthers you played last time. And see, they're banking on Travis Hunter, who's playing on both sides of the ball. She said he's been practicing on both sides too.
He can practice and be on both sides of the ball during camp. They ain't gonna happen during the regular season. He might get a few reps at wide receiver, but other than that, he's going to be a cornerback. That's what his job is.
Wear them out, okay? You heard it here first.
I told you he ain't going to get an interception this year.
Ooh, That's big. Big.
I'm just saying. You know, they make a lot of hype about Travis Hunter. He plays two. Okay, so what? I mean, a lot of players have played two ways. Is he better than? If I compare him to college kids coming out of college on a Heisman, he ain't better than Charles Woodson. Oh heck, he ain't better than Charles Woodson. And Charles Woodson played two ways too in the NFL. He didn't do it like people want Travis Hunter to do it, but he did play two ways, and he was an exceptional corner, one of the best corners. So I mean, I just don't. Travis is not on that level to me. He doesn't. He has shown me nothing that puts him on that level.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
Right, like you said, everybody wins games at practice and OTAs and without pads. They haven't even suited up. Let's be clear. So
I feel you, Monkey. That's what I'm saying. Everything you do that. This is professional. This is professional football.
Professional. Yeah. So
football.
What do you think about the? Okay, so we already talked about Shamar Stewart bounced his butt up out. You still got T.J. Watt. That's so stupid. T.J. Watt. I don't. You know, the Steelers have not paid him, but y'all don't paid Aaron Rodgers. T.J. Watt, your veteran, is holding out for a contract negotiation.
I don't know what the hell Pittsburgh's doing. I don't know what the organization's doing right now. They're just all over the place. TJ Watt should be. That's like saying Aiden Hutchinson from, you know, if we had a contract dispute with Aiden Hutchinson, which we shouldn't have, he should be signed. Period.
Yeah.
And which they're going to do in the middle of the season once they see that he's doing fine. As long as he does what he did last year, started off last year before he got injured, he's definitely going to get the bank. But with TJ Watt being there as a senior guy and has been putting up numbers every year and helping that defense, he's actually, I mean, there's games that he's actually won by himself.
Yep. That's why I was like, and you know what, B? It makes me think, is this really money, or do you think there's the fact that he might not want to play with Rodgers? Is that kind of just
he plays on the other side of the ball. He don't care about Aaron Rodgers. He cares about the defense. I don't think that's anything about. I think he needs to get paid. He saw Myles Garrett get paid, and I think he's actually better than Myles Garrett. He's got more sacks than that Myles Garrett. So
yeah, definitely.
It's Myles Garrett gets a lot of hype because he does a lot of different things too. But I think TJ Watt is a better player, as a better player. And that's like saying 1A and 1B, though, with Myles Garrett and TJ Watt. I don't understand this. Sign him. There's so many people going out, run rumors in the NFL right now where he could be traded to. The Lions are one of them, but I guarantee he ain't going to come here because they're not going to pay him that money. If he come
to Carolina to help out AT,
you got to pay him that money, though. That's a lot of money to pay.
Yeah.
Just like the Hendrickson. Hendrickson wants a lot of money, too. It's great. It's great. It's great on paper. It's great looking at it. And you see your whole defensive line. You say, oh, you add TJ Watt or Hendrickson to your line, Super Bowl. You expected to win a Super Bowl then. But the money that comes after that, you can give up draft picks. Draft picks ain't nothing. You can give up draft picks, but it's the money that comes after that. And they want money. They want to get paid.
Yeah, so they want big money. And I mean, TJ Watt should, though. He's put in his time and he's put in the plays. And so he deserves it. But you're seeing these players come in that haven't proven themselves, B, and they're getting this money. And like I said, it's so many competition. Like, if this person over here gets more money, then I'm gonna get more money. And congratulations to Monkey. You got Shaq Thompson. Good luck with the residuals. We gave you guys the crumbs that's left from him. He's been with our league for a very long time. So I just want to put that out there.
He had Von Miller last year. So
I can't stand Von Miller. I can't stand him.
I liked him when he was playing with the Rams, but other than that, I haven't been a big Von Miller
when he was with Denver and he put that hit on Cam, and then, you know, he had some allegations out there about him. They kind of went away, But I felt like I wanted him to just focus on making his eyewear and get out of the league. I didn't like him. I don't like Aaron Darnold. I don't like these players. I mean, I get it. It's part of the persona, kind of, I guess, now. If you're an NFL player, you're going to have an element of cockiness to you. And I just don't care for them. These, Aaron Darnold doing all this, when he felt like the game was over. Dude, sit down.
He's one of the best defensive tackles in history, though.
He's the absolute. And let me tell you, they did a documentary. I was watching something. It was a documentary on him.
So you don't like him.
Absolutely not. And they were doing a documentary on Aaron Darnold, and they showed like his food for the day. This dude eats half a loaf of bread for breakfast, like 8 or 9 eggs. Like they showed it all out there. But it all was just going straight to his muscles. Like, dude lives basically a car. But his breakfast was like 3,500 calories by itself. And they showed him cooking and stuff. I was like, this dude is gonna eat. It might have been a whole loaf of bread, but it was a lot of toast and a lot of eggs and a lot of bacon. And I was like, oh my gosh, like he eats up a week's worth of groceries in one day, literally.
He can afford it.
From all his meals.
He can afford it. And he's Aaron freaking Donald. He can afford it. Hey, let me tell you something. You see that kind of stuff, but man, what you just don't know how the offensive linemen eat, the defensive line. They have to have those carbs in their system. They're on that line. They're pushing each other all around. Mm-hmm. It's not like a wide receiver. Wide receivers can, do little green shakes and all that stuff because they're skilled athletes. They're running down the field all the time. They need energy. They need bulk on a defense and offensive line. So, muscle and bulk. That's what they need. They got to push each other around. So if you're sitting there eating like a hungry man's breakfast of two bacon, 2 eggs, 2 pieces of toast, dude, you're gonna get pushed all over the field.
I mean, look at Desmond Watson. He was 464 pounds at his pro day. And he was the heaviest player listed because right before that, Baltimore had Daniel Falele at 380 pounds. This dude almost weighed a whole another extra 100 pounds. And let's not talk about the former NFL tackle Aaron Gibson, who was 410 pounds, biggest player in NFL history. But Desmond Watson was very athletic for his weight. The Eagles grabbed the Dancing Bear from UGA. I can't remember his real name, but he was known as the Dancing Bear because he was big, but very quick, very agile, very swift. But Watson actually has started losing his weight now, talking about he's been eating omelets with spinach and tomatoes for breakfast instead of grits and pancakes. And they got him snacking on peanuts and almonds, and he's trying to actually train and everything. And so he's basically, I guess, trying to still get in because he's been working with some NFL trainers. He's 22 years old. All I can think about is your heart, sir. Your heart is thinking about the next beat, if it's going to do it or not.
Well, I mean, they say the same thing about Jordan Davis, actually, too, when he came out.
That's who the Dancing Bear is, Jordan Davis.
And he was a big fella.
Yes.
And he plays pretty solid on that Eagles line, though. But he's not somebody that's going to make a play every now. He's going to make a play every now and then, and it might be every now and then because he's a big fella. He doesn't have enough gas in the tank all the time. In fact, he has to come out a lot of times. Just to get, just because he's gassed. And that's what big fellas do. They're good for, you're not going to be able to run into the line when he's there because
Desmond's down there with undrafted with Shiloh in Tampa Bay. So they working with him. I guess they said they want to take a chance on him just because of his unique size and potential. So if he gets it, thank you, Monkey, so much for coming back with us. If he could, spinach and omelets, I know his body is in straight shock from pancakes and grits. Like just thinking about that, when we get off the show, I might have to go make. I'm just thinking
about him running on the field and he gets lightheaded. Somebody give me a chocolate bar.
Somebody go get me a 12 pack of Krispy Kremes.
He'll be a perfect guy for the candidate for a commercial for Snickers. You know,
Yes.
you need a Snickers because you're not yourself.
Got him over there. Yeah, got him over there pumping him his IV full of just nothing but sugar. Just straight insulin drip. Just an insulin drip. Because if he's that weak, and the oxygen and everything, but like I said, he's too young for all that. He's too young. That he probably was born already weighing 100 pounds at birth.
Poor mama.
Right. Probably only child. Thank you, Monkey. Before we hop off of here, B got some NHL news. Of course, that's game 4 kicking off tonight. The Stanley Cup final. Florida Panthers are leading 2-1 over the Oilers. I mean, they're the defending champs. They're making sure they stand up 10 toes down. This game is going to be, believe it or not, in Sunrise, Florida. So stupid. I mean, hockey in Sunrise, Florida in June is just an oxymoron.
Hey,
Emirates Bank Arena.
Can't tell them nothing because they're a Stanley Cup champion, so you can't really tell them nothing. And they're in another Stanley Cup again.
Yep, so. And they're ready to wrap it up. 6-1 victory in game 3 is insane. Oilers are going to be using Stuart Skinner in the goal for game 4, of course. Jeff Skinner and Troy Stetcher also going to be in the lineup for the Oilers. And the Panthers are looking to take some type of 3-1 lead while the Oilers are just trying to tie it up before it shifts back to Edmonton.
Well, I know one thing. They better play better than they played in game 3. They were horrible in game 3. They took 85 penalty minutes in that game. Very undisciplined.
Good Lord. 80-some penalties?
Yeah, 85 penalty minutes. 85 penalty minutes. And that's a lot of penalty minutes for a game. Let me tell you something. They did not look like the Edmonton Oilers I was used to seeing.
Wow.
And Florida took it to them too. You can't do that. Edmonton can't do that. They were in the same situation last year. This is still going to go 7 games, but it's going to be the test of wills. I just don't want if Edmonton comes into this game playing like they did last game. This series might be over sooner than later. Yeah, Florida is just.
They are lethal. And have we ever had an NHL team go back to back? We have.
Yeah.
Chicago, the Blackhawks, right? We
the Red Wings. I know the Red Wings did. I think Pittsburgh did. I think the Pittsburgh Penguins did. Red Wings did. Montreal did way back in the day. I'm trying to figure out some other teams. New Jersey, I think, did a back-to-back. Yeah, so that's not nothing that's not common in the NHL, teams going back-to-back. But what's really kind of not common is the 2 same teams being in it in the Stanley Cups.
Crazy.
So Edmonton should learn, hey, we messed up last year and we took it to 7 games. We don't need to do that, and they're not showing that they've learned anything.
I actually forgot, in true Florida fashion, the Tampa Bay Lightning was another team. They won in 2020, beating the Dallas Stars, and they beat the Montreal Canadiens in 2021. So they in fact had a three-peat, but they almost did, but they lost in 2022 to the Avalanche. So I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's commonplace more in hockey than it is in any other sport. You don't see NBA doing that too much. That's a rarity too. In football, unless you're the Patriots this century or the Cowboys the last century, or even Pittsburgh the last century, the last couple decades before this century, yeah, you could see that, but it's really rare for a lot of other teams. Hockey is pretty easy. Yeah, because you keep the same lineup. If you get better, I mean, Florida got Brad Marchment at the trade deadline. That was the greatest trade ever.
Yeah, and speaking of the trade, the Rangers traded their veteran forward Chris Kreider today to the Anaheim Ducks for prospect Kerry Terrence and a 3rd-round pick in the 2025 NHL draft, which will be coming up shortly after the Stanleys wrap up. And the Rangers also sent 4th-round pick to Anaheim as well for a pick in the 2025 draft. The Bruins introduced Marco Sturm as their new head coach, so congratulations to him. And Dan Muse is definitely eager to work with the leaders as a new coach for the Pittsburgh Penguins that we talked about. So welcome to him. Scott Cates got a 4-year, $16 million contract with the Flyers. And then TJ Oshie announced his retirement after 16 seasons in the NHL.
Yeah, he said he was going to retire. So that doesn't come as a shock. But and it's sad. But, a lot of these players are pretty good players that are retiring now. So, that came up when I was watching hockey at a real good pace because of the Red Wings. I'm one of those fans. Yes, I am. Anyway, so I like hockey. I like hockey. Red Wings made me enjoy hockey a lot. But once they started fading out of the picture, I kind of it's kind of like basketball in the same sense, too. The Pistons are doing good. Basketball was good probably up to about 2010. And that's basically when the ratings dropped off to 50% for NBA because the rules changed. There's no defense being played.
Many rules.
Your boy was shooting threes, so everybody else thought, oh, well, if he can do it, I can do it. And so that's what all they went. Yep. But he's the man.
Yeah,
that's
everybody champ.
He's the Michael Jordan of the 3-pointer. That's what I call him. And it's just like people trying to be like Mike. There's only one Michael Jordan. There's only one Steph Curry. So
did you see that shot he made from the tunnel that went in?
He does that all the time. Dude, that's the thing that people don't understand. He does that all the time.
How is your precision from the entire court, not half court, not the 3-point line? How and he's done it during the game too, B, on the buzzer. That he was basically at the other end and just chunked it, literally, like we used to say in the country, just chunked it.
Yeah, I think we threw like a 3/4 court prayer. Well, not a prayer with him. Everything's not a prayer with him. It's like instant go. But yeah, 3/4 court shot for a game winner, and he made it. I wasn't surprised. As soon as he took the shot, I said, "Oh, this game over," because I knew he was going to make it. He's automatic, basically.
Yeah, he's so calm with it. It's like his face shows no panic at all. And that's why the Davidson College, North Carolina native, even though he was born, I think, in Ohio, grew up in North Carolina as far as going to college and everything. And is a Panthers fan. He's been a supporter of the Panthers for a long time. We've had him beat the drum and everything on opening day. That's why I will always love Stephen Curry. That's why I will always love him. So he is, I was so distraught when the Warriors were eliminated from the playoffs because that's usually the team I roll with. I haven't had a T-shirt with them for a long time.
He gets hurt. That's where they go.
Yep. He's
the heart and soul of that team.
Yeah, but they kept Draymond. They're so banked on Draymond being the person. And I'm like, Draymond is.
Well, Draymond, they keep Draymond because he's the Robin to the Batman. So, Steph Curry is the star. He is the guy that the hopes and dreams of the Golden State Warriors live on. Draymond Green is the enforcer. He's the guy that says, if you put Steph Curry, I'm knocking your block off. Or any of the other players that are doing offensive, he's the enforcer. I like Draymond Green. I know you don't like him too much, but I love the guy. The guy was great.
Michigan State in the neighborhood that you hope is on a leash when you walk down the street.
He brings that bad boy Piston mentality to the NBA. That's why I like him. He's from Michigan. He went to Michigan State. He's from the Lansing area, I believe. He's from Flint. Oh, he's from Flint. So yeah, he shows that grit, and that's what you need. That's why Golden State's been successful. Steph Curry is the guy on that team, but they probably wouldn't have got a lot of places without Draymond being on that team. Draymond is a guy too. He might not put up the points, but that you ain't coming into Golden State acting like you're going to be doing something and trying to be rough with him because he'll get in your face, punch you in the balls, kick you in the hips, kick you in the ass, whatever he's got to do.
Yeah, he's grimy. Yeah. And he got the face to match that same horrible behavior, matches that horrible, scary face that he's got.
That's just that Flint water he was drinking. That's what
it's gotta be. All right, guys, it's definitely been a great show as always. Thank you for joining us on the No BS Show. We're here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow morning, of course, all the shows on the Roku channels, National Streaming Sports, they're going to kick off at 8 a.m. tomorrow. And the debate show on Saturday, myself, Jay Train, and Jack Hirsch. And on Sunday morning on National Streaming Sports, we got the Sunday morning sports show. It's Father's Day weekend. Happy Father's Day weekend to you, BStrilla. And of course, tomorrow night, I forgot, Friday with the Fellas. We'll be back again on all the platforms. Everybody have a great night.
Angels fascinated, reporting back to the maker. I'm emancipated, blow a kiss out the neighbor. Saying bye to Felicia, saying hi to Miss Parker. I was in the darkness, didn't stop me shining though. I was at the bottom, but it didn't stop me climbing though. Talents we ain't hiding those. Cook out, I'm providing flows. Homie, you invited, getting reunited with the real you. You no longer gotta hide it. They love to see us fighting, love it when we are divided. Yo, we about to make it mad. Food on the table, big stacks in the bag. Drink in my hand, watch me.